AM 706 our time. It's Friday, the 13th of February. That's right, Friday the 13th. Woo.
Did you put those two together?
I did. Yes.
I'm skipping over Friday the 13th. I'm going to Valentine's Day.
Well, here's the thing you have to remember about Friday the 13th. It's the same as when you start thinking about specific years, the year 2000 was a big deal, whatever.
Ooh.
All dates are arbitrary. I mean,
Mhm.
the calendar used to run differently. Remember, I think they used to have 10 months at one point, and then they decided they were going to add a couple of extras, and there's the Gregorian calendar, and there's, basically all time is a construct designed by a guy who said, we should start keeping track of these days. How about we make today day one? Let's call today one.
This is going to get really deep. This is like a Saturday Night Live episode of, deep
I don't
thoughts.
think it's that deep. I just like
I don't know.
all I'm trying to say is that it's very, very random. It's very arbitrary. We just sort of decided to start counting one day.
Mhm.
There's nothing
Well,
special about this day. There's nothing
What do you
special
mean?
about this.
It's a very special day.
Well, I mean, it's
It's Friday. It's a
Friday.
beautiful
It's-
day.
it's
We're all here. We're above the ground.
Valentine's Eve.
Right?
Very good. Yeah.
Happy times. Happy, healthy. Let's go.
Are
Chop.
are you afraid to stay on the 13th floor of a hotel?
Are there 13 floors?
Many-
on
many-
You would
Many of them
generally
don't
find
have
most
those.
hotels don't include a
Don't.
13th
They
floor.
skip
It goes
it.
straight from 12
They
to 14.
skip it, but that's stupid because it is the 13th
We all
floor.
know. Everyone who's on the 14th floor, they know where they are.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They know what they're doing.
I was saying, I don't want to be on the 14th
By the way,
floor.
what I find interesting here, by the way, is that we will have the ground floor for us is one in most cases. You go to Europe, there's a ground floor, and then the next floor up is
Is
one.
one.
So we have a different idea of what the 13th floor is.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's
So
true.
again, very arbitrary.
Well, I don't
So
know.
the counting
this,
may or may not stop at 3.
That's
this
true.
building is strange because
5 is right out.
the ground floor is the basement.
Yes.
One is like
Yeah,
Europe.
it's the lobby, yes. Yeah.
Lobby. It's the
Right.
first floor.
Then
Well,
there's the mezzanine. We have that.
mezzanine.
There's-
Where's that?
is there not
I
a
don't think I've
mezzanine?
ever been there.
You haven't been to the mezzanine?
No, where?
I'll take you there.
Is that where you
You have to have a
Do they
special
serve
Last time
lunch
I was on a
there?
mezzanine when I was on a cruise ship.
You,
Nice.
you have to have a key, a special
key.
key. Yes.
Okay.
It's right near the Arboretum.
Before we get to
Yes.
news here, Wade has sent in a text, says, overturned 18-wheeler just north of exit 310 on 65 North. So if you're heading up towards Huntsville going through Coleman, you're going to be slowed down.
That guy's not having a good Friday the 13th, I'll tell you that.
Mm.
Flipsy's Furniture, always good luck to shop there, especially on a President's Day weekend. Always going to be great deals, but on President's Day weekend, better deals than ever at Flipsy's Furniture. Why not stop by 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in beautiful Irondale, or the new Hoover location, which is right across the street from the Galleria. Flipsy's Furniture has got designer furniture at wholesale prices. They've got 28,000 square feet in Irondale and more in Hoover, of course. More in the basement at the Irondale store. 12 months, same as cash. White glove delivery, something to fit every decor. And quite frankly, the prices cannot be beat by anybody. It's quality furniture, really great stuff. Not junk, not pressboard. Gorgeous, well-built, a lot of it's American-made furniture at Flipsy's Furniture, 2 locations, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale, or in Hoover, across the street from the Galleria, right next to 2nd and Charles.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
The Democrats are digging in and guaranteeing a shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. It's a very partial government shutdown. And by the way, ICE has been funded for the foreseeable future through the big, beautiful bill. So what they're really shutting down is every part of DHS except ICE because they're upset about ICE.
Which is really
Yeah.
laughable, is it not? You're
makes
going to
very
shut
little-
everything down but ICE. And that's your goal is to shut down ICE, and you're shutting
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
else.
What they want is a lot of demands and stringent reforms to immigration enforcement, and they've blocked multiple attempts to keep the agency open. But in the long run, I think this is not going to play as well with the American people as they think it's going to play. I realize that right now, if you go out and you take a poll, you'll find people say, well, I don't really agree with what the Trump administration is doing. But that's because that's what they're being spoon-fed by the media. After a little while of DHS being shut down and them being inconvenienced at TSA or whatever, they're going to be like, guys, open up. Let's go. You're really
That's all
ticking
it
me off.
takes, right?
Let's move things along. You have now made my life more difficult. This is unacceptable to me. The Obama-era greenhouse gas rules are gone.
See ya.
Yeah, Lee Zeldin signed the single largest deregulatory action in history by doing away with basically, simply put, the claim was that federal greenhouse gas emissions were harmful to human health and that global climate change was a health emergency. And, one could say, well, I mean, we enacted all of these changes, and that's why it's not a problem anymore. But that's not really true. The fact is, we didn't curb greenhouse gas emissions that much, at least not on a global scale. And none of the predictions that the global warming crowd have been making came true in any way, shape, or form. We got more polar ice than we've had in decades. Polar bears are not extinct by any stretch of the imagination. Florida's not underwater. New York's not underwater. We were told all these things were going to happen within a set number of years, and thus far, we're pretty much living the same life we were living in the 1970s.
Sure is. And again, I'm so glad to see this again, the Obama era of all of these things that went into place that just made living life more difficult for those manufacturing cars and everything else. So we can, it feels like we're like going back to normalcy.
Yeah.
A little of that.
Yeah, doing away with that whole stop-start button thing, that was kind of a problem. Caused a lot of difficulty for people. I like it because it gets great gas mileage out of my truck. But I will admit there are times when you have to punch that accelerator and your truck just goes, do you want to go?
It goes meh.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you want to go now? You're like, thanks, I've just been hit by an 18-wheeler. Yeah, meh.
It's like, we need to go. We need to go.
Now. A federal judge released 4 illegal immigrants who had been convicted of murder and sex crimes from ICE custody. This was in Louisiana.
Yeah, a little surprised by that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa, what's
Judge
going on there?
John DeGravels freed 4 illegal immigrants despite final deportation orders dating back decades. This is a judge who probably shouldn't be a judge any longer because we actually have the ability now, as the Supreme Court ruled just this week, that final deportation orders are it. That's it. You don't have to go back in front of a court. You don't have to have a warrant. You can go grab these people. You can detain them without an end date.
Which again, quit treating them as if they're U.S. citizens.
They're not.
The rights that U.S. citizens have is one thing. You came into this country as an illegal alien.
Mm-hmm.
Deport. And these guys, again, convictions for murder and child sex crimes.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with this judge?
No idea. I would love to know what the hell he's thinking, and he has not actually said anything on the subject. We had a deportation order against these guys dating back to September 24th of 2001. Good Lord.
25 years.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And he's stuck around all this time. No, this guy needs to be picked up. He needs to be sent packing. Get him the hell out of the United States. If they had deported him at that time, multiple crimes that he committed would
Wouldn't
not
have
have taken place.
They wouldn't
exactly.
have happened. Mhm.
So just insane to me that we have judges that are still behaving in this manner, all because of Trump derangement syndrome. If Obama were in office, he wouldn't. By the way, Obama's the guy who put this guy on the bench, but he wouldn't think twice about having these guys put into ISIS custody and sent home. But because it's Donald Trump, and I want to make him look bad, and I want to frustrate him.
Yeah, at the same time,
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're putting in jeopardy American
Absolutely.
lives.
Yeah.
And with the crimes that these guys have committed. It's like, get them out. And shame on this judge.
Oh.
I'm sure if it was your wife or your daughter that was sexually assaulted by one of these guys that
Yeah.
has the long criminal record, you might think twice about that, judge.
Your community
But you're
is
not thinking about that.
No.
You're selfishly letting politics get in the way of doing what is right here, and that's deporting these guys.
Your community is significantly less safe as a result of your actions. You probably ought to turn in the robe. That's just my thought on the subject. It is Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Scott Jennings does it again on CNN. I'm asking Steve to dig up some audio from this thing because it is
It's sweet.
it's precious.
Uh-huh.
We'll hit that next. Stick around. Jethro Tull was, I believe, a 14th century agronomist. Which might make you wonder, why would a rock band name themselves after a 14th century agronomist?
Could
The
ask the
answer-
same question about the band Uriah Heep.
True story. The answer is fairly simple, actually, when it comes to Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson says, when they first started, they weren't very good. And so they'd play a place, and then they would stink so badly that they knew they were never going to get hired again, so they would change their name.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Reinvent.
And then that pub or whatever would hire them to come back, not knowing it was the same band. And he said the day that we got hired back intentionally to the same bar by a guy, the name of the band was Jethro Tull. We'd been through about 77 names at that point, and we'd just named it Jethro Tull. And the first time we got invited back, we were named Jethro Tull. We were like, that's it.
the
We're
one.
sticking with this
That's
one.
the winner.
Yeah.
You can't change it then. That brought you good luck.
That's right. We have to stick with Jethro Tull now. 720 Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk 99.5.com. Thanks for hanging out with us on this beautiful Friday. Enjoy it while you can, because the weekend looks like it's going to be a bit moist.
Yeah, it could be a wet weekend. Actually, a good weekend to start searching and looking for that boat that you want for the spring.
Heck yeah.
The temperatures next week, it will be beautiful into the 70s. We're getting closer. We're getting really close. Great time to visit Rodney's Marine out there in Cropwell. Don't forget about the Alabama Boat Show coming up the 27th of this month. That will be at Grand River.
Yep.
Preseason steals and deals is what Rodney is telling us. It'll give you an opportunity to take a look at the beautiful boats he's got with the Suzuki engines like the Starcraft and Silver Wave pontoons. Let me tell you something. These pontoon boats, folks, are not like your dad's or your grandfather's. These things get up, take off. They're super, super nice. They're decked out with everything that you want, and I wouldn't get a boat anywhere else but Rodney's Marine.
Here's the change that has taken place in American boating. When I was a kid, if you had a Ski Nautique with a 135 on it, you were boss.
Oh, that was the boat.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the boat. Mhm.
About 2 days ago, I was looking at Rodney's Facebook page, and he had one of these Starcraft pontoons. I don't remember. It was either a pontoon or a tritoon. A 340 Suzuki on the back. 340. You think that thing might go a little faster?
Listen,
Wow.
the Cypress skiers down in Florida from years ago might have used one of his pontoons to pull them all up on it.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Isn't that something?
The Go-Go's vacation video where they were doing the
Yeah,
pyramid
right.
thing,
That would have
that's
been
a-
perfect.
that
Rodney would have loved that.
He probably would have,
Yeah.
because I know he's a Go-Go's fan.
Listen, this is just a great organization. Once you meet Rodney and his beautiful wife, Kimberly, and the guys that work on the boats out at Rodney's Marine, you'll go nowhere else. They'll take good care of you from the time you purchase the boat, the life of the boat, anything you need, accessories. And certainly, this is an excellent time to get yourself a deal on a brand new boat, or maybe even one of his used boats. Because let me tell you what, we were fooled. We thought one of the boats that we've seen before, we were like, oh, that's
Yep.
a beautiful new boat. He goes, no, that's one of my used ones. We were like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, pretty
That's
incredible.
a good-looking used boat.
Yep. Go
Beautiful
see
boat.
Rodney, Highway 231, Lake Logan Martin, 525-1500. Check them out on Facebook and their website, rodneysmarine.com.
Yeah, baby. Okay, so Scott Jennings has his work cut out for him, and yet somehow, you know those kung fu movies where there's one guy and there's a whole crowd, and he fights them all and knocks them all out, sometimes one at a time, sometimes like in multiples? That's basically Scott Jennings, except he has to do it on CNN with a panel
With every day.
every night.
You're like,
And he
"Why?"
does great work with it, because the argument yesterday was about the SAVE Act. Okay, the SAVE Act calls for a couple of things. Number one, photo ID. Number two, proof of citizenship.
Yep.
That's really it. And by the way, the photo ID has to come with your mail-in ballot as well. Now, the proof of citizenship is something that's really holding people up, because they're like, well, married women are not going to be able to. Nonsense. That's not true. Don't buy it. There are provisions made so that married women who have changed their names are able to vote and have that proof of citizenship and have the voter ID, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, it works everywhere else. That voter ID, the ID that you're going to be using to vote, works at the liquor store.
Absolutely.
It works when you're trying to get
Hey,
into an R-rated movie.
Remember President Obama and every other president, Obama held his ID up as he was going in to vote for himself.
Right.
So He's already shown,
Yep.
yes, here's my ID.
Anybody can do it.
This is just common sense.
Anybody
It's
can do
dumb
it.
we're even arguing about it.
So here you have, I believe you have a lot of Democrats in Congress and Democrats elected representatives who are like, we have to stop this from happening because it will mean we can't cheat.
That's right. That's
And
the
then-
bottom line.
Yes. And they managed to get their group of useful idiots to go out and say, oh, it's going to disenfranchise people. It's not going to disenfranchise anybody. It's not going to disenfranchise anybody. But one of those useful idiots was on CNN last night talking about all of this, and she made the mistake of doing it in front of Scott Jennings, who then basically dismantled the entire conversation in front of her very eyes. Her name is Alencia Johnson. She was one of Kamala Harris's advisors, and it went a little something like this.
He is actually championing a bill that actually would take voting rights away from a lot of black people in this country, all during Black History Month, and then called the president, the first black president and the first lady, monkeys and apes in this during this month. So this doesn't absolve Donald Trump of his racism. We all know exactly who he is. The reality is the conversation and the question should be, why do people continue to support him if they don't want us to believe they are okay with racism?
Wait, what voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look
What,
at
the SAVE Act?
The SAVE Act,
Are
that's
you
exactly what
talking
we're
about
talking about.
How?
That is
How?
actually going to continue to
How?
disenfranchise
How?
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color.
How?
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called
How?
it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president.
how?
If we want to
You
continue...
haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's
How?
the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making
Poll
people
taxes?
have... That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID, the reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country, and it's going to disenfranchise black voters.
Concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote. 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters
The
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb
isn't
to know
just,
what's good for them? I mean,
the
it
SAVE Act
sounds
isn't just
pretty,
about
it sounds pretty
that's
condescending
not
to
what I
me.
said.
clear,
That's
the
not
SAVE
what I
Act
You
is
got
said.
not
three-quarters
just
of
about
black voters
IDs.
That is not
who want
right.
voter ID.
I mean, sounds pretty condescending, doesn't it?
Very
I
condescending.
find this amazing that African Americans are willing to step up and say, well, this is going to hurt us because my people can't get an ID. What do you mean you can't get an ID?
We've been through this about 6 years ago
Yeah.
here in the state of Alabama.
Yep.
We don't hear about that in I don't hear anybody saying that they have trouble getting an ID. That went away.
AL.com made it their mission on Election Day that year to find people who didn't have ID and couldn't vote. And they found two. One was an old woman who apparently had never had an ID and never felt like she needed an ID for anything. And the other was an old man who had lost his wallet. And they went to the polls with each of them, and they both got to cast their provisional ballots. And when they were able to provide proof of residency here in the state of Alabama, proof of who they were, then those ballots would be counted. And the guy who had lost his ID and his wallet got his ID, and he went down and he proved it, and his vote was counted. And the other woman, I think she brought in something like an electric bill or something, was able to prove that this is who I am, and got that taken care of. In the entire state, with a news organization whose mission was to find people who were being disenfranchised, they literally couldn't find any. They could not find anybody whose vote was not counted as a result of this voter ID. It is, if I were an African American, I would be so offended by this argument that I'm too stupid to get an ID. I'd be furious. But I also agree with Matt Walsh, who X-posted the other day. Look, this is going to disenfranchise a small percentage of people who can't figure out how to get an ID or prove their citizenship. That's a good thing, because if you're so stupid you can't figure out how to get an ID or prove you're a citizen, you probably shouldn't be voting anyway.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Richard. There's not a whole lot you can do without having an ID. You
Yeah.
think about how many times, you have to show identification for whatever that you need to get a drive, to drive.
Sure.
There's so many things that you need that for. And I tell you what, our Secretary of State blew it out of the water when he said, "Here's my cell phone number. I will make sure you get an ID."
Yep.
And then that shut the whole thing down. That argument was shut down
Absolutely.
in the state of Alabama after John Merrill said that, because he made sure, "Here's my cell number. I will make sure if you need an ID." You know how many people called him? I think he got a couple calls.
Yeah. Well,
And that was it. And he's like, "We'll get you an ID."
we had a mobile unit that would drive around from
Mm-hmm.
place to place and actually create these IDs inside the van.
And I would say, you know what? That's maybe what we do as a part of this. Say,
Sure.
look,
Yeah.
each state we'll come and make sure that we get you the proper credentials so that you can vote. If you don't have an ID,
Yeah.
that number is going to be really small.
There's exactly two kinds of people who are against this. One is those who know that they want to cheat, and this SAVE Act will keep them from doing so. And the other is their band of useful idiots who are going out and making these arguments that simply do not hold water. Those are the only two kinds of people who are against the SAVE Act.
Feeling a little theme here.
Mm-hmm. Stalkery song there. Valentine's
A
Day.
stalkery song.
Sooner or later,
Oh,
you're
I
going to
could give you a stalker song if you want it.
No, we're good.
That's fine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you anyway.
Yeah.
7:35 with Dixon Dividing, talking 99.5, talking99.5.com.
Hey, y'all, don't forget, we've got some concert tickets going on sale at 10 o'clock this morning. You
That's
got to
right.
grab these.
That's right.
Big time. Jawbone Jam, we announced it yesterday, coming up on the 15th of May at Iron City. Huge
All right, we have
entertainment.
some home show tickets to give away. Too. Is that true?
We'll be doing that.
All right.
But these tickets at 10 o'clock, you guys grab them. It's Brother Kane, Stone Horses,
Yep.
and Cattle
Yep.
performing on Friday, May 15th. That is our 10-year anniversary, and we want all of you there. Tickets go on sale this morning. Got to grab them quick at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster.
We go have us a party.
We're going to have a big party, and we want you all to be there. We know that's not a huge venue with bands that you know as well as that, so I imagine this will sell very, very quickly.
No
So
question.
Jump
about
in
it.
there at 10 o'clock and get ready to get yourself some
Jump on.
tickets.
I'm afraid I can't offer you any options today. It's mustard by rank.
We have to do this?
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
What, you don't have an option here today?
No options.
We don't get a...
You're
I think
out of
being-
options.
I think you
A
were
or
being
B?
lazy.
One
No.
or
I don't think
two?
you looked for an option.
No highway option.
One,
This is it for you.
two.
Mm-hmm.
One, two.
One or two. One or
I don't know.
two. Two or three.
No.
A or B.
I'm telling you, my glasses are going to, when I get them, they're going to be all messed up.
I once told an optometrist that I didn't care for that whole thing, that it does make you nervous with the one or two or whatever. So he changed it up for me. He's hilarious.
A or B.
Beatles or Stones?
Nice.
That was nice of him. Yeah. Still
Hershey
didn't change
bar
it.
or Snickers?
The stress of it. I don't know the right answer. I don't know.
I don't know.
My eyes are all messed up. And they're like, well, just blink a couple times. Okay, now it's blurry. I
Yeah,
can't really
thanks
see
for
out
that.
of either of them.
Perfect. All right.
Can't
Let's
handle the pressure.
talk about
Too much.
that. This is a stupid, by the way. This is a really stupid thing, which is why I'm doing it so we can make fun of it. Sarah Klimek of Tasting Table says she's ranking 10 yellow mustard brands, ranked worst to best.
All right.
Here's your problem. Number 10 is Great Value Southwest Hot Mustard. Well, that's not yellow mustard.
No, it's hot mustard.
That's hot mustard.
So she's doing all mustard.
Right off the bat, you've screwed up. What are you doing?
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
The container kind of looks like that a little bit.
You know what? I really like this particular. Well, if you go to the Great Value Mustard section, there are probably 7 to 10 mustards, all in the same shape container, but they're different kinds.
Yeah.
You'll also find those same containers in my refrigerator because I think I bought one of each at least. I love mustard, and I love a lot of different kinds of mustard, and this is not a bad one.
Do you like? I use some mustard. I'm thinking hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a little bit in like deviled eggs, like when I'm making
sure, yeah,
deviled
gotta-
egg.
gotta have
Maybe
some of the
just a
deviled
little of
eggs,
that.
yeah.
I don't really use a whole lot of mustard.
I drink it.
You drink it.
Yeah, with a straw. It's good.
Tasty.
This
Yeah.
is what's wrong with him, folks.
No, if you're putting it on sandwiches, I
Sandwiches,
love it on
okay,
sandwiches. I
yeah.
love it on hot dogs. I love it on burgers.
Yeah. What else?
Um,
You cook a lot with it?
I don't. Some, not a whole lot. There's not a lot of mustard in the stuff that I cook. But the thing about mustard is it's sort of vinegar based, so it lasts forever in your fridge.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to go bad. So I've had some mustards in my fridge for a couple of years now.
Way past the Best Buy dates.
So-called
Yeah.
expiration date.
Mhm.
I don't believe those.
They
Those
just
are
want you to go back and
myths.
buy more.
Nature's Promise organic yellow mustard is number 9.
Well, it's organic, so.
Again, it means nothing. Stop and Shop yellow mustard. That's
Stop and shop.
You're familiar
New
with
England
them.
area
New
thing,
England
yeah.
area.
Wow.
I've been to a Stop and Shop. Interesting place. That's just a store brand yellow mustard, and it's just yellow. So again, you're like, what are you doing? You're combining all these different. You got an organic mustard. You got a Southwestern mustard. Now you got a yellow mustard. Make up your mind. What are you doing here?
You can't handle the pressure.
Woodstock organic yellow mustard.
Don't know
Woodstock?
anything about this.
Woodstock.
What is it?
Snoopy's friend makes
Where
it.
did this come from?
It's
Either that or a bunch of druggies made it after a very large concert
It
about
could be.
60 years ago. So.
Woodstock not only uses the typical organic mustard ingredients, but it also packs in paprika, turmeric, and spices. I think I could pick out cumin in it too. Again, not just yellow mustard.
Mm-mm.
But it is organic.
So this is not a very good.
Great value organic yellow mustard.
Come on.
Organic.
Mike's
Why
amazing.
are we having to buy organic
We don't.
mustard?
We don't have to, thank
No,
God.
I wouldn't think so.
Mike's amazing stone ground yellow mustard.
I have this in my refrigerator right now.
Really?
That very stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
This
amazing?
How is it?
exact thing. Quite good.
Okay.
It's not amazing.
Very
though.
good. No, I like it.
It should be.
But it's not amazing.
Mike's quite good yellow mustard. Then. Okay.
It should be.
Mike's
It's
I
right
like
on
it
there on the
yellow
label. Quite good. Val
Quite
says
good.
so.
Val said so.
Yep.
How about just number 4, great value yellow mustard? Just regular old yellow
I
mustard.
have that
Just
too. It's
Yellow
very
mustard.
good.
What do you
Yellow.
know?
Yeah.
Hmm
We finally got to it.
Mm.
Great Value does a good job with that.
I have some of this in my fridge as well. It is the least used mustard that I have.
Mhm.
It's pretty rare that I use just standard yellow mustard.
That's not a resounding compliment
no,
at all.
It's not. Weber's jalapeno mustard.
Huh?
This is again not
Well, that's
yellow
not fair.
mustard.
They put jalapenos in it.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And why would you rank it that high?
Look, Sarah, you need a new job, girl.
Seriously.
You got to find something else to do. You're not very good at this.
You're not following your own rules.
No, she's not.
If you were here, I'd never stop slapping you.
Wow. Okay, then.
I do have some Weber's horseradish sandwich sauce. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's extremely sharp.
But
And-
do you call it yellow mustard?
No, it's not yellow mustard. It's horseradish sauce. It's like horsey sauce.
Horsey sauce.
Yeah, I bought it specifically because
Let's
I was
go,
looking for-
Arby's.
French's classic yellow mustard
Mm-hmm.
coming in at number 2.
Pretty good.
And number
Okay,
1
so
is
Heinz.
Two of those? 3 of those out of the
Heinz.
10
out of the 10 there
were
were
actually
3
yellow mustard.
actual yellow mustard.
Wow.
The rest of them were lies.
Mm-hmm.
Just lies.
Nothing but lies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My favorite mustard right now, and this is just today, it changes from time to time, would be the Great Value Sweet Hot Mustard. That stuff just rocks. You put it on a sandwich, you put it on a ham sandwich, a turkey sandwich, whatever. It is out of this world. It's got both the sweet and the hot. It's a little on the hot side. I mean, if you don't like hot stuff, this is not going to be your favorite
Mhm.
mustard.
Yeah.
But I also have horseradish mustard. I have just the regular honey mustard. I have got the stone ground honey mustard. I have got the prepared Dijon.
Do you have any room
Mustard?
in your refrigerator for anything else?
No,
Yeah.
I do not.
There's a one whole section of
It's-
nothing
yes,
but mustard.
The mustard is taking up all the space.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what we had for Thanksgiving, we just had mustard. We couldn't fit a turkey in there. It was very sad.
Yeah, I bought the Mike's Amazing Yellow Mustard around Christmas because I had a honey baked ham,
Oh, yeah.
and that was dynamite with a honey baked ham.
Now, that is something that I will use yellow mustard for, actually,
Mhm.
is when I'm, for instance, putting seasoning on a Boston butt.
Oh yeah,
The mustard helps it cling, but you never really get any mustard flavor out
isn't
of it.
that interesting?
So
Because most people would see that, they'd be like, "Oh, I hate mustard. I can't believe you putting that
Too
on
much on
there."
there.
You won't know it once
No.
this is done.
The reality is, for 87 cents, you can buy French's mustard or whatever, and use that as a clinging device to make your Pilatary's sweet rubber butt. There's a little ad for it. Stick to the Boston butt before you put it on the smoker and let it do its thing. Now I want a Boston
Hey,
butt. Why
yeah,
did I
maybe
say
this
that out
weekend.
loud?
You do it tomorrow
No, I don't
on the
think so.
smoker, huh?
Not going to happen.
Come on.
I don't even have one.
I am so ready to get out and start grilling again.
Me too.
You know,
I
I
could-
got
yeah,
the
I could
Blackstone
definitely-
out on the back deck.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
gotten that out.
I haven't.
I need to get it going.
I think I cooked a little breakfast on there at Christmas time.
Yep.
That was
Maybe I'll
about
do
it.
that tonight.
Yes, Steve.
Mhm.
So Craig texts in, says that we need to try Rush mustard. Yes, it's backed by the band Rush. He even showed a picture of the bottle on the text message.
Really?
Oh,
I had
well.
no idea
Rush
they did this.
mustard.
Well, if it's certified acceptable by the band Rush, that's all it takes for me. Good enough for me.
Oh, the label's kind of cool. That looks good. Looks like he's gotten into it too.
Yeah. Mustard goes in the cupboard. says
Wait a
Chris.
minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, like I said,
Made with Canadian golden ale. Oh, it's something from Canada up in there.
Well, of
I
course
don't
it
know
is.
about that.
Rush
Got a
is
little bit of
I-
Molson
I
in
know
there.
that,
All
but-
right.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me they're putting that stuff in
Rush
there.
is a Canadian band.
I
Of course
get
it's gonna
that,
be-
but I don't want, no, I'm not buying Canadian.
You don't want
I'm not
You
supporting
don't want
any.
a beer mustard?
You're
No.
probably not going to want Guess Who mustard either. then.
Maybe not.
Neil Young mustard? Not going to work for you?
You might not like
I don't-
I don't think anybody would like Neil Young mustard.
No,
Come on,
thank
let's
you.
have some Leonard Skinner mustard. That's
Skinner.
what I'm talking about.
It's where you get a
Here
little
we
bit of
go.
that.
Come on.
Mustard is a binder, says Jonathan from Costco.
Well, Jonathan, didn't we get fancy this morning?
Sam says the Weber's jalapeno mustard is a must-have. I love that stuff. Also, you don't have to refrigerate mustard. Lots of vinegar. Yes, I understand that. That is true. You don't
We're
have
still
to refrigerate
comfortable with
most.
putting it in the fridge,
I
right?
like it to be cold.
Yeah.
I do. I have my problems here. Let's see. Every time I fly out of Birmingham, as much as 30% of passengers are people of color. They had no trouble getting through TSA. It is on its face an insulting insinuation about voter ID. I agree, Scott. I'm horrified by it.
And you wish that those that they are insulting would push back on that. Y'all
Exactly.
really need to, because
Yeah.
that's just insane.
Should be. Mustard is very good for leg cramps, says Henry. What do you rub it on there? Or how do you? What do you
Kind of turns your skin yellow, doesn't it?
Well, you said you were drinking it out of a straw. You don't get leg cramps, do you?
Engelhofer's sweet hot honey mustard is great on a bacon cheeseburger, says Patrick.
That's really specific.
Engelhofer's sweet hot honey mustard is one of the greatest things ever invented in the history.
Whoa,
Years ago, Andrea Lindenberg gave me a I don't remember, it was a what's the place in the mall where they hand out the samples? It's the meat and cheese and crackers and whatnot.
Yeah.
That place.
What was the?
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw a blank on it.
Hickory
Used to go
Farms.
To Hickory Farms.
Hickory
Used to go there
Farms.
all the time.
She gave me a Hickory Farms sampler for Christmas one year, and in there was some Engelhofer sweet hot mustard. And I was like, I remember this stuff from when I was a kid because we had relatives in Madison, Wisconsin that would always send us one of these things.
Oh, I'm looking at the bottle. I remember this.
I
Yes.
started putting it on. It was a tiny little bottle. I started putting it on everything, and then I had to go out and buy some more and buy some more. And I'm sure somewhere in the back of my fridge, I have a bottle of this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to track it down.
As a matter of fact, they come in. There's a Dijon. There's a sweet hot. There's a pepper. Let's see what this
There's
says.
something-
Sweet hot pepper.
Something about Engelhofer's that is just different from any other sweet, hot honey mustard on the market. They have got
Is
there's
this in our stores?
flavor in there. Yeah, you can buy it
Yeah,
at Walmart.
okay.
Yeah,
Really?
it is really one of the just a top-notch mustard. I really could just drink that stuff.
Careful.
I
now.
won't,
Yeah.
but I could. ProLift Garage Doors, 286-9727. You got a door that is sticking, not doing its job. Maybe you push the button, the little lift thing just sits there. And meh. That happened to me once. Meh. What do you do? Meh. I can't get the door open. I guess I won't go to work today. Idiot, pull the string and lift it manually. Okay, all right. You can get out of your garage under those circumstances, but what's the point in having a garage door opener if it doesn't work? That's when you call ProLift Garage Doors, 286-9727, and you say, hey, get over here. I need some help. You can do the emergency service. You can have the regular service, whatever. They're generally going to have the stuff on the truck to fix your door, which is amazing to me. Just to have the parts all there ready to go. I love that. It was fantastic for me. Not even an hour from start to finish. From the time the guy pulled up until the time he drove away with my money and my door fixed, 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Unbelievable. Had to replace the entire head on my garage door opener. These guys are fast. They're professional. They're incredibly good at what they do. So give them a call. Next time your garage door goes, meh, 286-9727, or find them online at proliftdoors.com. When your garage door lets you down, ProLift will give you an uplifting experience. We know. It's Jim. You know what you don't have? A heartbeat.
Oh, well, that was sad. You don't have a heartbeat.
What, too soon?
Richard? No, not too soon. He's been dead a while, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. 7:52,
Uh.
Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us on this beautiful Friday, man. The weekend looks like it's going to be a good weekend, but not necessarily nice weather-wise. Tomorrow we get some rain in the morning, then it dries up a bit, and then we get some more at night, and then Sunday morning, all hell breaks loose. And then Monday, if you're off on President's Day, as we are, it's supposed to be a beautiful day with a high of about 70.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
By the way, Jim Croce died in 1973.
1973.
73.
Hmm.
He was born in 43, so he really wasn't all that old.
No, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I did the math in my head.
That was
for
pretty good.
Thank you.
Richard, nice
I'm good at
job.
that,
And he
yeah.
certainly didn't look 30 years old.
No, he didn't. No, he looked like
What
he
the
was like
heck?
60.
Man, rough life.
Croce was interesting. He said somebody asked him once, why he writes all these songs that are like 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, or 2:45 or whatever, and they're just like perfect for radio play. And he said, "That's just I'm done telling the story at that point. That's all.
That's all you got.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all I need.
no need to
you
keep
know?
repeating.
Yeah." And he was kind of perfect for radio fodder. Everything was just like right on point. He wrote great hooks. I was a huge, huge Croce fan in the 1970s, shortly after he died. We talk about it all the time, Columbia House Records.
Oh, yeah. I had to have that 1 penny record.
I had an 8-track tape player. I don't know what my parents were thinking. I had an 8-track tape player built into this stereo that I had. And I bought 12, 8-track tapes for a penny. And I would swear to you that 6 of them were Jim Croce.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. I didn't even know what was on them. I just was like, I like Jim Croce. I want everything the guy's ever done. So, yeah, I bought a lot of Jim Croce 8-tracks. I also loved the Carpenters back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents had a lot of the 8-track Carpenters songs.
When I think back on my parents' record collection, there is one thing that springs to mind. One, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
My parents had that too.
I swear
the
they
lady
had
with the
that Whipped
with
Cream,
the whipped
of course.
cream album.
The
Yeah, they had
greatest
that.
album cover of all time. But also the one where they're all in a boat on the water with the big hats and the horns. My parents had, I think, every Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass album that was ever made.
Our family was big about it too.
And I
It's
just,
so funny.
I was like, this is an odd thing to fall in love with, How do you have no Elvis at all? Because you guys were of the right age to like Elvis.
We didn't have Elvis. We didn't have the Beatles.
Yeah. My
Yeah, we
older
didn't.
sister got the Beatles.
Yeah.
She was the first one in the family to really start getting that. She also bought some Stones. She got me into Elvis Costello and a few other groups. She was 8 years older than I was. So, and still is, by the way. So that didn't change. The distance between our ages didn't change over time. I thought it would, but no.
No, it didn't do
It
anything.
was very strange. Yeah. Well, it was weird because, when she was 16, I was 8. I was like, I'm half her age. I thought this is,
So you thought when she was 32, you'd be 16?
that was my plan, exactly. Didn't work
Sorry,
out
you
that
missed
way.
out on that.
I know.
Yeah, the biggest surprise out of my mom and dad's 8-track collection was the fact that my dad liked the Doobie Brothers.
Really?
So he had the Doobie Brothers greatest hits, the very first one.
Hmm.
And I thought, and it got me into the Doobie Brothers, don't get me wrong, but knowing everything else that my dad listened to, the Doobie Brothers was just way out in left field.
It's also interesting, by the way, and some of it may have to do with the fact that my parents had 4 kids, because I found out that when you have a kid, you listen to what they listen to. When you're driving, you listen to a lot of Raffi or whoever the child entertainer singer is of the day, right? So we had a bunch of kids' albums in the collection, and I'm sure because the kids just kept coming. You had one, and then 11 months later, here comes another one, and then 3 years after that, here comes another one, and then 3 years. It just, was a little crazy. So they probably had a lot of kids' music on the turntable throughout most of their life. They probably never really had time to develop their own musical taste. They were just kind of like, I guess we listen to whatever the kids are listening to,
That's
whether
right.
we want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
Sad but true. A lot of chipmunks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
7:56 with Dixon and Riding. Let's see. I just bought that Herb Alpert album. My new son-in-law is a trumpet player, and I thought he would be impressed. He'd never heard of him.
Really?
He liked it, though. Never heard of Herb Alpert. Would you believe Herb Alpert is still touring at the age of 80?
Yes. Yeah.
And still
I actually
sounds great.
Mom doesn't know it, but I was going to try to get tickets and take her
Oh,
if I could find a concert
yeah.
close to where she is. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that
Down
would
in
be so
Miami.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'd love to see him. I would. I'd love to see that.
Pull up some Herb Alpert, Steve. We need to hear some Herb Alpert right now. We got to hear some little, yeah, whether it's Tijuana Taxi would be good. I think most people became familiar with Herb Alpert through like the Dating Game.
Yeah, it
Wasn't that
was.
his music on there?
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Herb
Maybe.
Alpert, a stage story. They did a television special with him, and they needed an extra song. They're like, we got to have one more song to round this thing out. Because back in the day, they didn't do them live. They just they filmed various segments, bits and pieces, and
Do
whatnot.
Rise.
And
I like Rise.
oh, this was that's a good one. It's
Yeah.
from more of a 1970s Herb Alpert.
Mhm.
But he picked up this Burt Bacharach song, and it had vocals. And they, well, who's going to sing? You don't sing. Nobody sings in your group. And he goes, I'll sing it. I'll sing it. So he sings it, and it goes. People go nuts over this thing, and they're like, "Where do I find it? Where do I find it?" It was "This Guy's in Love with You." You see this guy. This guy's in love with you. Herb Alpert, not a great singer,
Yeah, not.
but people just went nuts for it, and they ended up having to go record it in a studio so that they could have a single for people to buy. Because it was just a little extra thing they threw in for the TV special. Became his most popular song. Unbelievable. Not fight fine music. I don't know what that means.
You remember this one? I think
Absolutely.
it was 1979.
This was a classic.
Mm-hmm.
This was a big one. My dad had Engelbert Humperdinck and a Boxcar Willie 8-track, says Craig.
That's awesome.
We got to interview Engelbert Humperdinck, remember?
I
Were you
do.
here for
Yeah,
it? We
yeah.
had to talk to him for a minute or
I
two.
was like, oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
I'm having difficulty saying his name.
Coleman's,
Don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, you don't really, if you can avoid it. Coleman's mustard is the best. It has a punch, says Tom. I don't want punch in my mustard.
No punch.
Thank you. My dad had Beatles' Hard Day's Night, and it ended up in my collection, says KC. Oh, you're very lucky. What about The Lion Sleeps Tonight? What about it? My mom loved Herb Alpert. A lot of parents did. Harry Chapin was Mr. Long Song to counter Croce. That's true. Not
Except for Cats in the Cradle.
Cats in the Cradle is a pretty long song.
It is.
It's only about 4 minutes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It seems
about
like
that
it's long.
Seems long.
Yeah.
Seems to take up a whole lifetime. Croce's son is coming to Birmingham singing Dad's tunes. Yeah, I've heard that. Croce sings Croce. It sounds interesting. Remember, my mother had Jim Croce, the Guess Who, and Elvis. I was hooked on Jim Croce immediately. Still love his music, says Danny. Richard's sister had the Beatles. My older sister had the Crabs, says JD.
As long as you're not the one that gave them to her.
Feel like I'm watching Chips right now with this Herb Alpert, says Sean. Very good. Uh-huh. How about Al Martino, Perry Como, Dean Martin, Elvis, and Engelbert nonstop daily, says Steve. Yeah, I would have thought my parents would have some Perry Como or some Dean Martin.
I
know
don't
they
remember seeing any of that. I know my dad did.
They liked both
I
of
think
them.
mom was a little more hip.
But none of it in the collection.
Yeah.
What do you mean Dean Martin is the coolest person on the
Well,
planet?
I
What are
know.
you talking about?